everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a person who decided to become Korean.
No, they were always Korean on the inside.
Yes, they were Korean on the inside. They decided to become Korean
on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, it's this guy from London, or maybe his name's just London. I don't know. But yeah, his name is Ollie London, and I think he's from the UK, and he is obsessed with BTS, and he wants to become Jimin.
So like, much that he got surgery to do it.
Yeah, it's crazy. The internet has been talking about this guy for a long time, but he's been popping up a little bit more recently, so I thought we would take a look at what he's been up to.
Wait, oh, yo, he's got a diss track?
Really?
Yeah, he's got a diss track.
On who, though?
I don't know. It just says Ollie London diss track. I'm gonna watch this. I just want to see if it's worth it.
Is it a diss track on everybody that's made fun of him? Look at the dislikes. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think it's a diss track on everyone. Like a diss track on everyone that's made fun of him. Dude, why? Dude,
yeah.
We should have gotten on this train earlier. We could have been a part of the diss track.
I know.
Shit.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Shalisa, you can please her. She'll never crack a smile. Priscilla, she Godzilla. Her face is full of filler. She's like such a whack job. Stop hating on me, girl. You know, you make me hoe.
This is awful.
Yeah, it's terrible.
This is worse than Sarah Brand. Like, at least hers had some like spice to it. This is awful.
Catchy?
Make Korea booze great again. No.
Make Korea booze great
Oh my
again.
Lord, dude.
Wow.
What?
Gonna do, scream and shout, there's no doubt. Korean boo is coming for you. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Hey you, what you gonna do?
I can't. Let's move on. Let's move on from that. That. Oh boy.
Yeah, that hurt.
All right. What video do you want to watch? Being Korean.
Let's see. Yeah, let's watch Being Korean.
Oh, jeez.
What? This must be right after a surgery.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I feel like it's almost like more racist to do this. You know, like he's making his face look quote unquote Asian by making his eyes like it's there.
Look up a before and after. Look up a before and after of this guy. Right there. Yeah.
Oh,
that's him. Yeah.
He looks normal.
Yeah, he looks like just an everyday guy, you know, like nothing wrong. And on the right, he looks a little interesting. And dude, I think that like he just continues to do operations.
Like any face surgery whatsoever just scares me. Like it freaks me out when people do that.
What's even more messed up is that like he would go into these plastic surgery places and he'd be like, I want to become Asian. And they're like, yeah, we can do that.
Well, yeah,
like,
because plastic surgery
can't.
Places, like, they don't care. Like, you know, they just, they're paying them. So it's like, whatever.
Yeah, they're like straight up just lying. You know,
like
you
they
can't
made
do that.
people look like cats, you know, like they don't care. It's like, I'll do whatever you want to your face as long as you pay me.
I guess so, yeah.
Chance to, you know, come out today. Something that's been like on my mind for a long time, and I've been very confused about how I identify. I've been very, very confused, and you know, I've seen a lot of other people online that have come out and been very brave about it and shared their story about how they identify, their gender, their pronouns, etc. So, you know, I've taken courage.
Yeah, but that makes sense.
I feel like
you don't come out as
different.
a different race. It's very different.
Yeah, I think I think this is just a very unhealthy obsession with a different race and a certain pop group.
Like your race is literally just where you came from in terms of ancestry. And it's literally you can't just be like, yo, I feel like being black today. I feel like being Korean today. I feel like being Mexican today. You know, you can't do that. Like,
to be fair to him, he's always wanted to just be Korean, but still, it's like, I don't think it's the same at all.
No, it's not the same. Like, you can enjoy Korean culture. Like, you can just be a part of Korean culture. That's completely fine. But I feel like this is just racist to force your face to look quote unquote Korean.
Like, learn the language, move there. Like, I don't know. There's so many other ways to bring yourself into that culture, you know, and if that's really what you want. But
I don't think changing your face, like, I don't think that's just going to, like, you know, be like, oh, you're Korean now because your face looks like a Korean.
Well, the thing is, he will never, ever look Korean, you know? It doesn't matter how many surgeries he gets. He's just throwing money down the toilet and making himself look strange.
I feel like people would think he's more Korean if he could speak Korean. if he like was a part of the Korean
I know, right?
culture. Like there's so many instances of things you can do. Like that's not something you need facial reconstruction surgery to do.
Yeah, if he looked like he did before and he just spoke perfect Korean and he lived there, I'd be like, okay, well, this guy's pretty much Korean. He just doesn't, he's just a white guy. You know what I mean?
From these incredibly brave people, and it is Pride Month at the moment, so you know, I thought this was the best time to do it, you know, and add a voice, add strength to the LGBTQ+I community.
Korean is a nationality, not a race. His take is to apply for Korean citizenship and serve in their military service. Like there's, yeah, exactly. Like there's so many things he could do to become Korean. It has nothing to do with your face.
I am going to come out today and say that I've been transitioning. I've been very unhappy with who I am deep down for the last 8 years, and I've had like 18 plastic surgeries now, and I've
on just his face.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Surgery, a canthoplasty, and my teeth then as well. Just these.
Your teeth? Do Koreans have different teeth? What?
I don't know.
What?
Just part of my transition. I'm feeling really good. For the first time in my life, I feel beautiful. You know, I'm looking in the mirror and I love the way I look and feel happy. And I hope people can respect my decision. It's a very tough decision to come out this way.
That then it has nothing to do with him wanting to be Korean. This just has to do with him not wanting to look like a Korean. It has nothing to do with being Korean. There's a very big difference there.
I mean, if he truthfully likes the way he looks now, and it's like the first time that he's ever felt this way, then good for him. Whatever.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. More power to him. I just think he's a little bit off with what he thinks he's doing. I don't think he really. I don't know. I feel like he's not understanding what his issues are. His issues aren't the fact that he wants to be a Korean person. He just wants to look like a Korean person.
Yeah.
Like, there's a big difference.
Like imagine taking steps towards this like weird obsession you have, and then like later in life regretting it and being like, oh fuck, I wish I could go back. Like that would suck so much.
Yeah.
As non-binary, I don't feel I identify as male or female. I just feel like I'm just in the middle. And my pronouns are they, them, Korean, Jimin, because I know
his pronoun is Korean Jimin.
He wants people to call him Korean Jimin. That's not a pronoun.
Okay, now we start to see the cracks start to form. I mean, the cracks are already pretty large, but they're getting bigger now.
Jesus Christ. It's just, he has a unhealthy obsession with another human, you know?
Yeah, like
you
that's
gotta see a therapist, bro.
This has nothing to do with becoming Korean because you don't need facial reconstruction surgery to do that. Like this is just an issue.
a lot of people don't understand me, but I do identify as Korean, and I do look Korean now. I do.
You can't identify as Korean. Just go get a Korean passport. Then you can be called Korean. Like become a citizen. You know, like
he doesn't look Korean right now. He looks weird.
he looks in pain.
Yeah, he looks
Like it's hard to look at his face because it just looks painful.
I know.
British, so please don't
His face is a big bruise.
went online as British because I identify as Korean. That's just my culture. That's my home country. That's exactly how I look now.
Can you speak Korean? Learn Korean. Like I like there's so many things you could have done. You know, like that's what's bothering me.
It's absurd.
So many things you could have done.
And I also identify as Jimin. That's my Korean name. But not only that, I know it's a little bit confusing for some people. Nobody's ever come out as Jimin or Korean, but
No one has ever
You
come
can't
out as a
come
different
out
person.
as a different person. That's not how it works. What?
Oh my god. All right, tomorrow I'm gonna come out as Kanye.
Is this identity theft? Like what would you call this?
I know.
This guy needs help. Exactly. Yeah, what surgeon would actually agree to do this? That's why I don't like plastic surgeons, because they don't care. You know, a lot of them would not give a shit as long as they get paid.
Yeah.
thing that you guys know if you've
I wonder how like the actual Jimin feels. Like if he saw this.
I think he's made a comment.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
And I've had 18 surgeries to look like Jimin, and I feel like I've nailed it. I'm almost there.
Nope. He said, I think I've nailed it. I'm almost there. I mean, you got a long way to go.
I know. His head is smaller. Like, you can't shrink your head shape. Oh my god.
I don't know. I'm surprised like Jimin hasn't like came out and said like, yo, this is not healthy.
I know, right?
Apparently, okay, I guess he hasn't made a statement. I guess that was his clickbait. Yeah,
I mean,
like,
how can he not know though?
Well, he definitely knows. I'm just like really surprised he hasn't come out and been like, yo, hey, this isn't healthy. Do not do this. I mean, to be fair, they have stan culture, which is their bread and butter. So who knows? Maybe he just doesn't care because
he's probably he's probably like, yeah, it makes sense.
I don't think BTS are good people just by the fact that they are allowing stan culture to go absolutely batshit and them not caring.
No, I think it goes much deeper than that. They're all controlled heavily. All like the big pop groups over there, like they have like practically no decision making of their own. They're like on this strict regiment that they have to do daily, and
that
it's
makes sense.
Crazy to like stay a certain like size and look a certain way.
Really,
it's crazy. Yeah, like their lives are not fun. I mean, it might seem like they have amazing lives because they're, you know, obviously.
Be fair, I don't think any like top of the line celebrity has a good life personally, but I think they all are suffering in some way. To be that famous, I couldn't imagine. I mean, look at this. This is the product, you know, like
identity issues with who I am, you know, with who I.
So remember, everyone, if you're struggling with identity issues, become someone else.
Become someone else.
Finally had the courage. I've undergone my racial. Can't think of the words, transitional surgery. You know, I've transitioned to a non-binary person, they, them, Korean Jimin, and I finally have the Korean look, so I'm actually really happy. But I just want to say to people, you know, I get so many cool comments online. I just want people to be able to respect my decision and don't be, you know, non-binary.
Well, the problem is, it's not actual happiness. It's just like that short span of like just being satisfied with what he looks like, you know what I mean? Like, but there are deep underlying issues at this person. He's having very, very aggressive identity issues, and once he realizes he can't be Jimin, you know, like then the problems are going to arise again. Like, this is a very, very short, what's the word? Temporary. It's a temporary solution, a ridiculous temporary solution to a very big problem.
The thing is, I don't think it's right for him to be comparing his identity crisis with trans people, because like, if he never had access to the internet, he would never be going through this. You know what I mean? Like, if he didn't know about like BTS or any of this other stuff that he became heavily obsessed with, he wouldn't have this issue. I mean, he would have other issues for sure, but I think
he'd have other issues but he just wouldn't have tried to turn Korean, at least.
When someone has gender dysphoria, like, it's so different, you know? Like, you don't need access to other information for this to happen. It's just like, it's like just something in your brain.
Well, it's something you're born with, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like most things. There's a lot of things like that. That's something you're born with. I don't really think you're born believing that you're Korean. You know what I mean? You're not born doing this stuff. You know, you don't come out of the womb listening to BTS. Like, this is a mental problem.
Binary phobic or anything, just please respect that this is how I feel. This is a very personal decision, and I've been inspired by the courage of other people, other young people who have come.
It's not good that he's comparing this to, like, it's very damaging actually that he's comparing it to like trans people and non-binary people, etc. It's making them look like they have mental problems. You know what I mean? Like, this is very. I completely understand why this has a very big dislike, because he's putting him in that loop. It's like when the P words try to put themselves in the LGBTQ community and stuff. Like, it's basically just making them look bad.
It's so weird that he's looping in the fact that he's non-binary with the fact that he identifies as Korean Jimin. Like, they're not the same thing. He's speaking as if they're the same thing. Like, you can call me they, them. You can also call me Korean Jimin.
You can't make a pronoun someone else's name.
That's so weird.
Is there anything else you wanted to watch of this? Message for Dr. Phil. Okay, so I'm just assuming that Dr. Phil probably has said something, because I'm pretty sure this has gotten on like the mainstream spectrum. Yeah. And obviously Dr. Phil is going to realize that this is a mental issue. Let's see what he says.
Hey, Dr. Phil. So I've just completed my transition to look Korean, to look just like Jimin. this, I think, is my final procedure. So I'm so happy to share this with you, even though you're probably going to be so mad at me. Like, I know you're going to go crazy at me next time you see me, just because you told me not to do anything. You told me to love the real me, love the real Ollie, and I did take your advice for like a year, but then I kind of just changed my mind. So please don't be mad at me, Dr. Phil, but I'm so happy to have transitioned from British to Korean. I'm now going to be identical to Jimin.
See, okay, I feel like a good way to describe the difference between like the gender thing and this. The gender thing is being accepting of who you are, is being happy with what you have and who you are as a person, because that's what you have inside. And that is what you want, you know, and that is what it is. It's accepting who you are. This is the complete opposite. It's not accepting who you are. It's making you want to be someone else, you know, like there's a huge difference in that.
Yeah, I mean, there's transformational periods with both, obviously, you know, like if you're biologically a man and you identify as a woman, or you are a woman inside, like you're going to take steps to, you know, be more feminine and feel more like a woman.
Yeah, but that's like being like, you know, instead of being what everyone else wants you to be, you're accepting who you are and you're being yourself. You know what I mean? When like
yeah.
So like that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's the big difference, is you're accepting yourself rather than this where you're trying to be someone else because you refuse to accept yourself.
That's the strangest thing about this, you know, like just the fact that he's saying, I'm so much closer to looking exactly like Jimin. Like, it's not healthy, dude. Yeah. You shouldn't be trying to look like somebody else.
See, and if he wasn't, I feel like it would be a little bit more accepting if he wasn't trying to literally look exactly like someone else.
Literally, I know. Yeah, that's the messed up
like,
part.
It would still be an issue, but the fact that he's literally taking Jimin's name, doing everything in his power, spending all of his money to look like him.
Yeah.
Like, it's not good. It's not good at all.
I think like tiny bits of this stuff is fine. Like if you take inspiration from someone, you like the way someone dresses or whatever, like fine, dress like them. But like, Jesus Christ, this is too far.
Just become a weeb. Like, come on.
I know, Jesus.
Well, I think I've said all I needed to say about Ollie. I mean, because obviously you can tell by this video alone, he's not happy. He literally is just doing it just to be like, ha, I'm going to do what I want, even though it's damaging me.
Well, look at his more recent videos and let's see his actual transformation to being Jimin.
Okay, so this
his newest one.
Right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the official Jimin.
Yes. 1 day ago, he uploaded this. This is Jimin. Look at the production value on this video. What the hell?
I mean, he's rich. I mean, he's obviously rich. Look how much money he spends on his face.
Show us your face.
The process was that I had full control. So every step of the way, I was able to choose what color teeth.
Oh my God. That's so creepy.
Jimin.
That is Jimin. Right, does it get closer up on him?
Let me pull up the picture of Jimin. Jimin.
It's uncanny. Same person.
To be fair, I think the only thing that looks like Jimin is the hair. And the hair isn't even really that accurate.
I know.
God, that must feel bad. I mean, maybe in his eyes he looks like Jimin, but like spending that much money on your face and still not looking like Jimin, that must feel bad.
What must suck the most is being known for being like a weird, crazy person that wants to look like someone else. Like that's his entire identity.
Yeah, it's a very...
That must suck.
Because I feel like the fact that people are hating on him is giving him more push to keep going.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? But
yeah. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Jimin, the real Jimin. I hope you enjoyed watching this with us. And thank you to the following patrons. I'm just gonna hurry up and move on so I don't have to think about it anymore. Thank you, Kyler Hill, Pipu Jalka, Claire Kaminsky, Millie, Melissa and Darcy, Bleep Bloop, and Anthony0926. Thank you so much. If you want to be a Sigma and come watch our monthly podcast, please go over to the Patreon where we do that.
And give us your money.
Yes.
Give us your money and you'll get access to our patron exclusive podcast where we tell you all of our deep, dark secrets.
Get a part of the Sigma grind set, okay?
Become Sigma today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.